Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of CareerWise. And this week we're speaking to Shubham, who is going to introduce himself more fully than I can. So over to you, Shubham, and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for the invitation. My name is Shubham Joshi and I belongs to India. I am currently living in Dubai, UAE. It's an international exposure and working experience I'm gaining here in Dubai. I started my ACCA and learning so much things from the ACCA Institute. I have done graduations, I've done MBA, I have done intermediate chartered accountancy from India. Yeah, so this is like a brief introduction about me.
Yeah, that's exactly well. That's perfect. Yeah, because there's a lot to talk about there, and there's a lot to talk about in your career. So, whereabouts are you in your ACCA journey, just so we can get an idea?
When I came to Dubai, I have not completed my CA. I left the journey for the CA final in India. It's basically an Indian institute. So when I came to Dubai and I did get an opportunity from our directors to know about the ACCA. And when I came to the Middle East, the ACCA having, I think, too much learnings and the practical exposures the ACCA Institute is giving. So, that is the point I decided to start ACCA to grow my career in the Middle East and the African region.
Okay. And I guess going back a little bit further, why? What was your motivations and for getting into finance and accounting in the first place? How did you get in there?
So, from my childhood, I am very good in organizing the things. So, up to the secondary school, I used to get involved so many projects where I need to organize the things and organizing things in a very better way. And when I came to the senior secondary in class 11, the standard, like the Asian culture is totally different from the UK and Europe. So when I joined Commerce 11th, and I found accountancy is very best thing. I got to learn the double entry accounting system, and that is very interesting that you do things in very organized manner and you get the output, which is itself verifiable. So yes, and then little more interested towards the business and understanding the business. The better way to understand the business is the numbers.
Yeah.
So that numbers helps, and then gradually I have completed the 12th standard. I got a 95 out of 100, boom, in accountancy and the business laws, of course. So that's how it's begun. And then I have done the graduations, started accountancy from in India, and coming to the global platform, I understood that ACC is something give the breakthrough in the career
Okay.
as a global recognition. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And now looking at your career journey a little bit, have experience working for a smaller practice in India, and now you're in Dubai, and you can see the progression. You know, the way you work in Dubai, there's a definite. You started as is it accounts assistant or a senior assistant, and you're a finance manager. So if you could just talk about your journey a little bit.
So during the CA, there is a 3-year internship, which is a mandatory requirement to finish the CA curriculum in India. So
Okay.
after finishing that intermediate level, I have done the internship with the some of the small accounting company. I'm a small boy from a small town.
Mm,
So yes, I have done that internship and I learned accounting, finance, then compliance, taxations, some corporate laws. But the financial part when you want to earn something, so I got from the people that if you want to make your career like a boom, you want to make a big career, so you need to move towards some European countries, maybe to the UK or somewhere. But again, then the studies required to take admissions and a huge investment and expenses required for going abroad. Middle East and Dubai is a very simplest way. Dubai invites everybody, and then I came Dubai and I started my career as a senior accountant.
yes.
There I got a breakthroughs because this is like a small company, medium-sized company where the um, um, management is basically diversifying their portfolio by very different small companies. They are not taking any ventures to like a very extreme. So I got an opportunity with them and I came into this company. This company established in 1984 in Dubai. And gradually I learned accounting, then I learned finance, then I learned banking, then I learned compliances from my seniors. And I am very much interested to the all areas of the business,
Okay.
along with some commercial understandings of the business. And then now, yes, I'm managing the team and it's a great opportunity for me in Dubai. So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the journey.
Yeah, no, it's a good journey as well because it also just it's I get the impression that you've learned a lot about business. You really understand how a
Yes.
business operates, what makes it tick, and I think what I wonder if moving from practice to industry, practice is a good foundation for moving into industry, or was it quite a difficult transition?
That is the base, I think. So when you are working with some practicing firm, you learn about the different industries, different businesses, how their revenue and how their business models operates. And
Yeah.
then from there, you can choose the industry where you want to earn and where you want to grow. So
Mm,
it's a good opportunity to learn from these industry practicing firms. However, when you come to that particular industry, like we are now working in a trading company, so you learn more for the business, how the business is going on, what is the part of revenue. You can decide your own business model. You can upskills yourself and your excel yourself to generate the new avenues of revenues.
yeah.
And once the revenues come, then yeah, the business, of course, it will grow. So once the business grow, the team grows, the new things, the new avenues, the new sectors are opening. You decide the different segment of customers. It's a totally a different experience when it comes to the business, because
No,
there you are is a small comparison. When you go to the practicing firm, then you have a guest, you have a bird eye view for a venture or an organization. But when you join that particular industry, like when I came to this trading company, so now how this trading company is operating, how this industry is operating, what is the effect of Asia, what is the effect of China, how the US tariff is affecting to us, to the
yeah.
small business. So that's how we learn in this business.
Yeah, you come from like more of an external view to now an internal view, almost like
Yeah,
macro to
yes,
micro
yes.
kind of understanding, isn't it? I suppose.
Correct, 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 correct.
Have you found so in your time at the company, have you found because you've got quite a lot of like you said, accounting, finance, banking, and now you're leadership as well. Do you is there an area that you really like? Have you sort of found what it is that you really love doing within your work? Or I think I know that you're quite interested in commercial acumen as well.
So what happens, the interesting story behind it. When I joined as an accountant, my after 1.5 year, my one of my director told me, you go to the mirror and see your face. Are you an accountant? Are you want to sit for the accounting? Do you want to do the clerical accounting?
Mm,
Are you able to do the monotonous work for your lifetime?
mm,
I was thinking then for a whole night, I was thinking, I think so. I'm going to the wrong directions. He told me that you have a big potential. You come to the commercial side of the business because you know the finance, you know how the capital will go to the business, how the investment will go, and you can calculate the return in your head. But why you are calculating the returns? Why you want to increase that returns?
hmm
Your commercial understandings, your the communication, the key skills here. So basically, they tap up me, come towards the commercial sector. And now, to be honest, 6 months back, they promoted me as a general manager in the company. And right now, I'm handling the whole company. It's a 30 million of the company, 30 million of a business, which is I'm handling on behalf of the manager now, management. So they are now an investor. Basically, they are acting as investors.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yes, yes, yes.
steep curve, and yeah, but an exciting one, I suppose, as well. And also, I just wanted to ask, like, what when you think of when you talk about being commercial and being commercially minded, having commercial acumen, what does it really mean? Like, from if you're talking to let's say an ACCA student or someone early in their career, because I've heard a lot about how important commercial acumen is, but can you just describe what it means?
So, Neil, what I want to say then, when you are thinking as an accountant, when you are sitting as a finance manager, you are always thinking for the numbers. You're thinking that this is the revenue, this is an expense, how I can control the expense, how I can increase the revenues, so you just do your activity to calculate the profit, and you just state the report, and some MI is reporting to the management and to the sales directors that your sales is going down, but you didn't investigate the reasons. You don't know the reasons.
Yeah.
When it comes to the commercial acumen, so now you are thinking that how that figures are attached to the business, how business financials and non-financials decisions impacting these figures, and that investigation will going to be drive through your business. you will drive your business. So this is very beautiful thing that ACCA Institute is teaching us the commercial acumen, which I didn't found anywhere else. That commercial acumen is something which is helping me a lot when I faced the strategic business reporting paper and a SBL paper, and I learned from institute. So this commercial acumen basically transforming the numbers into the business and the business decision making. What we are just preparing IMI's report and giving to the management, blah blah blah. No, now just take a sip of water. We want to analyze these reports. What
Hmm.
is happening, bro? What is happening in the market? What are the financial and non-financial factors affecting the business? And how we can use this understandings to do the business.
Mm.
So that acumen is giving a support to the management. Before we just preparing the MIS report, now we can give the suggestions. Now we can analyze the reports in a better way. I can see the people are doing from the AI, but yes, of course, AI is something called a technological development. But the experience of market, experience from the communication to the sales team,
Mm.
experience from the production and the quality department, you cannot write to the AI. That is something which is linking and the hyperlink you can make in your brain when you are communicating with these department, and ultimately you know the numbers, what is impact are going on the numbers. So this is the new thing which is in industry, and I think so every accountant, everybody need to understand that this is the future of accounts.
Yeah, that's interesting. You say that as well, and can you hear in your voice that you're quite passionate about it?
Yeah,
It's and it does sound. It sounds like an exciting. If this it sounds like it can be a really exciting chapter in someone's career or an element in someone's career because it sounds like it gets you sort of a seat in a top table a little bit maybe, and you start to be more involved with the direction of a business and the strategy, and that must be exciting and must be very rewarding, especially when things go successfully. It must be quite rewarding.
yes, 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 yes. So just a little example. Let's see commercial acumen, what I have learned from the ACCA paper and what I
Mm,
have applied. I have
mm,
learned the definition of commercial acumen. I have given the SBL paper, the strategic business leader paper, and I started thinking in that direction that I'm not an accountant. I am the leader. And when I'm the leader of the business, so
yeah.
I have a product where we have a dealership and distributorship from the Germany, and we are the five dealers in UAE market. And when I was thinking that why I am on the fifth, I have a dealership since 15 years. So I started and I communicated to the factory, and from the German people, they tell that we are exporting, let's say, the 10 million euro in the UAE. I am thinking that why we are buying only 500,000 euro. The business is 10 million euro. I want to achieve. So in March 2024, I have taken the decision, and today is November 2025. This kind of analysis and understanding, I reached through the number one in a distributorship, and I become the number one exclusive dealer for that product in that market. This is something which is I'm sitting on the table and understanding and doing the strategy and just communicating to the management. I want
Yeah.
to do this, and then the things happen.
Yeah. You must
Yeah.
a real sense of reward and purpose.
Yes. Yes.
And I like that you're always bringing it back to the ACCA, because one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was how useful ACCA has been, and it sounds like it's been very useful. You mentioned the SBL, senior business leader, and the notion, the role of an accountant. You can think beyond
For
that
sure.
into leadership, and actually, um, that must be, yeah, you must sort of see doors, like more avenues open up for you, and
Yeah,
um,
this is the paper.
it
The
must,
paper is
yeah.
not a rote learning. When you learn the various
Mm,
concepts, when you learn cost, accounting, finance, leadership, and when you're sitting in the paper with the case study, then boom, this is totally
mm,
thinking out of the box. In
mm,
3 hours, you need to have handle the time management also. You have to have understand the full business story as well, that what is going on inside the business from pin to plan, and what the decision you can take as a strategic business leader for the business.
yeah, that must be exciting.
Yeah.
And are you finding leadership? Is that something that comes natural, and having people that you're in charge of, is that something that it comes quite easily, or is that a challenge?
Leadership theory, there are so many theories which is defined by previously by various philosophers.
Sure,
People
sure,
says theory X, theory Y, and yeah, so
yeah,
much stories. But for practically, I experienced that the some leadership come. when you stay in organization for particular time, when you stay with the organization, you understand the organization, they're working and everything from pin to plane, and then you can after the whole understanding of the organization, you will find something, an opportunity. You can tap up the opportunity, and once you tap up the opportunity, then you come up to the organization. This is the one thing, this is the one aspect. The another aspect, that how leadership came. So when you tap these opportunities, and then the people see your success in that particular thing, they automatic become the lead into the team. That is the silent leadership you are doing in the organization. But of course, the leadership is something which is a personality trait. It come from your DNA. You can learn, you can do the finishing from the education, from the experience. But the kind of leadership, and you want to become the leader, so that is coming from your inside. I think
Mm.
so. That I feel because that's how I got an opportunity to become the leader, to handle the people of 50
Yeah,
members in my team.
yeah, yeah, fantastic. I think one of the last questions I'd like to ask you as well is what advice would you give? Let's say somebody, a future ACCA member, somebody early in their career, and they're quite inspired by your story. What advice would you give them as far as how to become commercially aware, become a finance manager, how to move from practice into industry if that's what they like the idea of? What advice would you give them? It could be general advice, or it could be about choosing papers in ACCA. What advice would you give them when they want to follow in your footsteps?
So in a chronology, Neil, I can say that now after 10th standard, people can start the ACCA. They don't need to wait for the graduations and all the stuff when you become the older and you have a responsibility. So you can start your career earlier in your life. So that is the best advantage I found in ACCA. The first thing. Second thing, when you are doing a ACCA, there is a internship and the practical exposure, some ethics and governance, all you are learning. So to become the finance people, they people need to connect the material. The material is very good. What we are learning in the ACCA, it's a very much important to apply and to learn and apply in your practical life. If you are hearing the integrity, if you are hearing the confidentiality, professional competence, do you care X, Y, Z? But yes, you are learning for the examination. But how about the practical experience? Your manager will not come and tell you, so this is the integrity, this is the confidential. Yes, but when you remember these things from your paper, from your practical papers and practical experiences in the paper, what you have faced in case study, then
Yeah,
your minds recall that yes, this is something which is integrity. Yes, this I marked it. This is the professional competency. So yes, the AC for a ACCA career is very bright. I found myself very good. My sister, she wanted to do the CA from India. I suggested that to go for ACCA. She is now placed in Bakersfield in India. She is now getting a good opportunity to have a team and a learning so with the UK and some US teams, and she's very happy by pursuing the ACCA. Last one paper is pending for her, and yeah, that is my general advice to all the people to grow your career, to learn the new things. The technology is going forward. You
yeah,
need to learn how we can utilize the AI and the different technological driven softwares for our purpose, for the commercial purpose, for business purpose, for accounting and all. That is very much important. Upgradation is important. Revision is important. A new version for yourself is very much important.
yeah. I couldn't agree more. And well said. I think that's a really good place to end. I think it's very lovely to hear your story and to feel you're quite passionate about what you've been talking about, and it's really nice to hear.
Nice to talk to you, Neil. And yes, the Christmas is coming, so wish you a happy Christmas in advance.
Thank you very much, Shubham. It's a real pleasure to speak to you, and thank you everyone for listening and watching. And tune in for the next episode of CareerWise. Goodbye, everyone.